All right, Matt, we're over here at 4331 Wycliff. Good little neighborhood, definitely a little bit older and smaller little houses, but very nice little neighborhood, very close to the I-10 on-ramp there. That what we discussed about you getting to both Pensacola, Air Station Pensacola and Milton. So you can see the outside, pretty basic. You know, you've just got your vinyl siding. They did lay down some nice, again, easy to maintain garden here. You got the nice palm tree and everything. Decent sized front yard, and everything looks pretty good here. Not too bad of a neighborhood. You can see a little bit of overgrowth on the neighbor across the street. You got this bay liner, maybe you can buy that. You and the boys can go on the water. But let's go on inside and we'll talk about it. This one was another flip, so you're gonna see a lot of really nice stuff. I mean, you can see that they staged it really, really well. They didn't spare any expense on the lighting fixtures, but if you look up at this first one, what is that? Why is the hanging system for that light sticking out 3 inches? I don't know. So again, that's kind of the style of this house. Really nice stuff, but a lot of question marks about what they did, why they did it. Brand new flooring. It's actually decently put down. There's only a couple spots that you can feel a little bit of raise in them. I'm walking around on one leg, so I can definitely feel it because all of my weight's there. But it is very nicely put down. Again, pretty open feel to it. You can put obviously this would be where you're gonna put your entertainment systems with your TV and your couches, but open over this this bar stool area for the kitchen. Nice little touch of the lighting over the bar. This is granite countertops. I mean, they put in a very nice fridge. Loads of storage and countertop space that really make this place feel really nice. But again, you can just look at it. Everything's so nice. Great look on the open shelving, and then they left the janky window in the middle. That's the whole motif of this house. Lots of great things to like. I'll keep pointing out the other things that kind of bother me so that you know what you're walking into. All the appliances look new. You are gas everything. Gas water heater, gas stove. So those are real good pluses. There's a little bit of a pantry here. Super interesting is the word I'll choose. That it's like not all the way to the floor, but you can get most of what you're gonna need in there. And again, I mean, I don't need to count them, but you got plenty of counter space and cabinets rather to store a lot of food as well, and not just use it as for your tableware. You've got this side door that just leads to the side yard. Robin will just open that real quick. It's just a couple steps down to the side yard. Not a big deal, but nice to have if you're having people over and y'all are hanging out in the backyard. You can see the houses are close together. Okay, didn't notice this before. So here's the deal. I'm just putting all this together. That is the electrical panel right behind the fridge. You can see this probably was the old end of the kitchen, and this was probably a mudroom side entrance room, which is why that beam would be there and why the electric panel would be here. Possibly even this might have actually been a garage. Yeah, okay, so this was all the garage that they opened up from the front all the way. They did a good job on the front hiding that and giving you a ton of extra space, and not just as a random room, but actually adding it to the living room. Yeah, that's interesting. Mystery solved. Okay, I was wondering why you would just have a door there. But again, everything's really nice here going into the bedrooms. Your AC in here, it's also a 2020. The last house on Livingston was September 2020. This is May of 2020 was the install date. So again, low maintenance on future costs here. We won't go too far. You can just see. I really think I could have done a better job, and I suck at drywall. Some patches here. The bathroom is completely redone. There's a linen closet behind the door. So that's a plus on that. This is the real problem with this house that unfortunately I don't know if we're going to be able to go through. This is a tiny room, man. This is probably an 8x8 room. So you're looking at a bed. I mean, this is at 5'10" right now. Maybe it's 10x8. So it is tiny. They staged it. I wouldn't have put the tent in there because there's a little teepee, because that makes it look like it's even smaller. But it's a tiny room. If you're okay with having roommates tolerate that, this is only one of them. I think the other one is in good shape size-wise. Show this when you can. Some weird stuff by the door frame. So this is bedroom 2, much more normal size bedroom. I will say, and Robin will show it, you kind of look straight into the neighbor's front porch, so definitely going to need some little bit of privacy, some curtains there, some something to block that. But this is a much more normal size room. This is probably, what would you say, 10x14?
I think it's probably smaller than that.
Yeah. But you do have enough space here to put the bed long-wise there. You can still access your closet and still have a little bit of space here for other stuff. Slide the TV up there and you're pretty good to go. And this is actually the guest room. So now we're going to go into master. And this is just endemic of this age house. Bedrooms were very small, so you can see, I mean, this is a full, I don't even think this is a queen, and it's taking up a good amount of the space. You do have the bigger closet here with the full-size mirrors. You've got just that one window on the side there, and then you've got a really neat barn door layout, but into a very tight master bathroom. Robin's gonna sneak in there for us. So it works, it's functional, everything's good there, but it is a little tight. Stand-up shower, so no tub here, not a big deal, but you can see, and no linen closet in here, so you would have to put the linens inside of your closet as well. We'll take you to the extra room, and then we'll take a quick peek at the outside, the backyard, and we'll be done here. Just another point out here, you know, again, they did choose nice finishes and everything. They just didn't put them in perfectly. So little things that you'll notice. If that's not something that's going to bother you, then you're catching the positives. But I just want to make sure you're aware of them. And then you get to watch me do a little giant step down here. I still haven't found the light switch for this. It has a light, so there is a light switch. All right, there we go. So here's a great space, man. I really think that this would work perfect for y'all. You keep this as a study room. These doors can shut. Anybody else that's relaxing can enjoy their time and not feel like they're bothering people that are still studying. You set it up just like they've got it, an office. And it's pretty nice. You can shut both of these doors and you're gonna get decent privacy from everybody else. So yeah, I mean, I can no longer hear anything that was going on the road or anything like that. So pretty good here. You know, again, just a little bit of weird work. They left a lot of overspray on the door handles. The nice piece of wood stops, and then there's just a piece of 1x2 to make it continue, but it's not stained, it's not anything, so just some weird stuff. In here, this is going to be your utility room. So you've got the layout for the, Robin's pointing out, they did some bad cutting there, and then they just played Legos and made a piece fit. Your gas water heater, it's a little bit dated. I'll take a look at the year on it, but it looks in good shape. It is a little dated though. Behind Robin right now, you've got the setup for your washer and dryer. I think you can fit a side-by-side there, and you shouldn't have a problem. Though you don't have much depth, since this door is going to close this way, you can't extend past this door frame. So, oh man, that might be a little tough. You'd have to go with a smaller unit, but that's all. And Robin's showing that they've got a separate breaker box. It doesn't look big enough to actually be for the whole house. I can't imagine. I not 100% on this one, man. I can't imagine this house running on just those 8 breakers, but this is a breaker box that may be the new one. We would have to get that checked out and talk to the inspector on that. I lied about this water heater. It is corroded as hell. I'll stop breaking it, but you get the point. Let's take a look at the backyard. You seen the year on that? Give us a second. We're gonna pull up this year. 2013.
No.
3. I'll blame the paint. 03. So yeah, that thing's about to need to get replaced. With that corrosion on top, I wouldn't be surprised if the appraiser requires a fix. So a nice deck here again, but some interesting choices. There's some wood rot damage, a little doggy door, partially completed stuff going on here, and then the shed is actually being sold as is.
Careful.
Damn, that's potent. Backyard's small, but pretty good shape. Fence clearly needs some touch. You got some 10-foot posts in between 6-foot posts. Yeah, not much to say on this. It's pretty small. It's pretty simple to maintain. Would be the 2 big pluses on this. And then,
You want me to open this?
how hard is it to open that? Again, this shed is being sold with it, but as is. Usually that's gonna mean, no, it's not bad. I'm not seeing some, okay. I'm gonna take over real quick. So you see how right there, you see those pieces? That's termites. They leave these cylinders, and that's how they tunnel through. Right there is the best one. I can't point. Right there, that's the inside of one of the cylinders that's broken off. So this has termite damage. I'm trying to, there we go. So that's why it's being sold as is. It does have some damages. You can see they've eaten through the top piece of that wood as well. So there are kind of ways around this. For the appraisal, you would mark this as no value added, so then the appraiser doesn't actually come look at it. So it's not a deal breaker as much as we need that clear WDO. There are ways around it for it to be said. It's in decent shape. The concern, obvious, how far does that go? We're only looking at one piece of wood right now, but is it all the way behind this? Robin's over there pointing. You can see those pieces of plywood on the ground. You never want plywood touching the concrete floor. It just soaks it up. This is not treated concrete, so you would actually need an inch or two, and it probably would have avoided all of that water damage on those bottom pieces of plywood. But yeah, all in all report, there's a lot of good touches. They didn't do some things that you would want to see, some care. And those are going to be personal preferences. If the little piece of, dings and dents and not perfectly done items don't bother you, I'd say it's a pretty good, especially at the price. But you can see right there that those pieces of soffit and the edging around the roof, it would have taken 30 seconds to paint that, and it wasn't. So I think we're seeing why this one's based at the price that it is. Based on the quality of what they put in, they could have gotten more if they had done it right. But we're going to sign out here. Let us know what you think.